Hi Scorpio, welcome to your... Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book your personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. With that said, your key to the week is the Death card. Something is transitioning, ending, coming to a completion or a culmination this week. This is going to be a week where you are consciously making something, well, not necessarily actually, we'll look into this in a deeper sort of sense, but as an overall, whenever the Death card shows up, this is about transformation, change, it's about moving in a different direction, but very often by allowing something to come to the winter of its life, to see its final days, so to speak, in our lives. Now, the Death card brings change, brings transformation, but it also brings that, that moment where you have to cut the brush away. All right, for your actions and options this week, you have the Five of Swords. So this could be a week where, look at this, right? You've got the Five of Swords as your actions and options, but then you've got the Death card. This could be a week where you're really starting to think to yourself, what are the battles that I'm truly, really here to fight? Like, what are the things that I really believe enough? What am I passionate enough about to really speak my truth on? Otherwise, it's kind of like a waste of energy. This could be a week where you're really figuring this out on a personal level, on a devoted sort of inner level. This is about you really looking at your, what's the word? Almost like looking at your, maybe even your inner thought process and asking yourself, right, okay, I put a lot of time and effort and energy into this, and usually I would go for it, right? Yours is the sign of truth after all, along with Aquarius. This could see though, this week, it's kind of like you're asking yourself, is this a battle that I'm really here to fight? Is this a war that I'm really prepared to go in for? It's going to be a big question for you guys this week. And, you know, whatever that might be, I actually feel like this is you looking to... maybe looking to end a challenge or an obstacle of some sort. It's kind of like, you know what? Yes, I can go at this with brute force, but is it really worth that? Is it really something that I want to do at this moment in time? For your communications and conversations, you have the King of Pentacles. So this could very well have something to do with your work. Interestingly enough, with that Five of Swords there's a part of me that feels like it's almost like, so if you work for a company, let's say you don't have your own business, right? This could be somebody that has been promoted over you. This could be somebody that's younger than you, somebody that's not as experienced as you are. It kind of feels like there's a part of you that's looking at this thinking, well, I should be in that top spot. I know that I have the smarts, the energy, all of it, right? And it looks like there's some sort of obstacle here that's stopping you from getting into that. And it feels like it's another person. Now, usually the kings could represent somebody older, but I actually feel like there's a person that's either not as experienced as you or somebody that's younger than you. That, you know, maybe they tick all the right boxes, all of that sort of nepotism / favoritism crap that you see in companies and hierarchies. It's one of the reasons that I left that whole corporate structure behind, because I hated it. I absolutely hated it, and that's a really strong word, right? So and I kind of feel like this week, the thing that you're going to come up against is like, you know what, this person is a complete idiot. Or maybe they don't have the experience that you do to know that whatever decision they're making, whatever they're trying to push through, is just not going to cut it. It's not going to stand up to whatever it is that you're doing or needs to be done. And because it's the King of Pentacles, this has a lot to do with your work, maybe in terms of your finances as well. This could be a week where you are clashing with somebody at work, and it's because, quite frankly, Maybe you're annoyed that they're in a higher position than you. And this isn't about jealousy. It's just about the fact that you can see this person is struggling to do the job properly. And there's nothing that bothers a Saggy more than that. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. For your money and materials, you've got the Sun card. So your money looks good, right? Your finances look good. And look at this. Because it comes here with the King of Pentacles, no matter what the obstacle is in this person, it's not going to interrupt your finances. If you go off the deep end and do the whole Five of Swords thing, it might cause you some issues, certainly further down the line, but it's not going to interrupt your money and your finances. If you're thinking long term about some sort of business or some sort of business idea, the energy is definitely there for you to start laying the foundations right now, but not necessarily moving on it as yet. You're probably looking at around 5 months from now, so around March season. Let's say Aries season. So for your physical body and vitality, no issues here at all. You've got the Sun card, right? So your health and vitality looks good this week. For your home and environment, again, it looks great. Now, again, there might be something that you want to have a whinge about, that you want to have a moan about at home or to do with the home. You just need to ask yourself, is it really worth it? All right. Is it worth having that conversation? Is it worth having that battle? This week, I think you'll probably find it's not. And then for your love and relations, wow, you have the World card. So some big cards here. And look at this, right? Stepping out of the love thing for just a minute. When you see these, sticking in, right, in for the long haul when it comes to the work, when it comes to the business, when it comes to the job, showing and demonstrating, leading by example this week, and from here on in, that's what's going to get you the brownie points for you to elevate or to ascend into the position that you covet. So stick in for it. For those of you that are single, you could be meeting an earth sign this week, Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo, somebody that is very different compared to what you might usually go for or might usually be attracted to, somebody that could possibly be, and it's funny because I mentioned this person with the work situation being younger or inexperienced, whereas for those of you that are single that are meeting somebody, this could very well be somebody that is older than you. So it's interesting how that works. And then for those of you that are partnered, again, this could be an earth sign partner or spouse. They could be getting some really amazing news this week that puts you on cloud 9 as well. Sometimes when we see the people that we love doing well, we can but smile, right? We can but be happy for them and because of them. So, your happiness might not necessarily come from within this week. It might come from your partner if you are partnered. And what's good about that is that there's enough to go round, right? The other thing with the World card as well, something about the status of your relationship could be changing this week. So for those of you that are single, you could be, finally sort of revealing, oh, actually, I'm in a relationship. For those of you that are in a relationship, you could be deciding you want to get married. For those of you that are already engaged, you could be deciding, actually, we want to do something else. For some of you, this might look like a move. For others, it may very well look like a potential pregnancy. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it comes up in the comments. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.